Welcome everyone to your Mercury retrograde reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, hit that big old like button. Okay, this is going to be a two-part reading over here. First, we're going to get straight into the collective of the basics of what this Mercury retrograde is bringing to the table for the whole collective. And then at the end, I will do your sign, okay, to see how that's going to affect you and your sign. Okay, so let's get in here. Table's already set. It's talking about that Mercury retrograde, which starts in Aries, okay, on the 15th of March, and then we'll move into Pisces on the 29th, and then it will be over on April 7th, where it will go back direct. And of course, it will stay in Pisces, excuse me, while it's going direct. So we have some energies coming through. So this energy is saying Mercury retrograde in this sign of Aries as we speak is hot-tempered, argumentative, right? Impulsive energy. Okay. Going to have a hard time right now with decisions, right? What's going on? So watch for those tempers to fly, whether it's from you or someone around you. Okay, so we're talking about that Mercury. So no matter what, we're talking about those miscommunications, technology, meltdowns, deliberating headaches. A lot of people get headaches around this time as well. So if you know that you're prone to headaches, that could also be from that Mercury retrograde. Overthinking situations. Be careful of that as well. Aries is also about taking that action. So it might make you feel like you must respond to things immediately. Okay, or others are all of a sudden feeling like they should respond to you immediately. So however it's going to be, especially when you know that it doesn't have to be immediate, but you might feel like, you know what, I have to go now. That's that impulsive action taking place. Okay, so let's see. Get us a couple of cards over here on this Mercury. Yeah, that confusion coming in, difficult decisions weighing you down. So, you know, it's a good time right now to just avoid people who want to confuse you, right? Confusion, blurring the lines between what is going on and what's not going on. And you're going to get that a lot when it's in Pisces anyways. You know, once it gets into Pisces, it's going to even be different because now it's going to blur the line between what's fact and what's fantasy, right? So let's see over here. This is a great time for learning new things. Okay, just be careful about your communication because there is going to be a lot of miscommunication. You know, if you guys are planning things, make sure that you are always a half an hour, you know, ahead of schedule, 15 minutes to a half an hour ahead of schedule because of traffic or jams or this or that. Right? So make sure that you are, you know, taking that logic, okay, and using it to the best of your knowledge, especially because when it comes into Pisces, that logic is going to take a back seat. Okay, so let's see. Going straight to Aries over here. Absolutely. But it can be a great time for learning new things as long as you're giving yourself, you know, those extra moments just to really, you know, take extra time and just slow down and don't be too impulsive because there's going to be a lot of restless mental energy going around. So on the Aries over here, it's about that challenge. Putting up a challenge, you might feel like there's a lot of competition around you. You might even feel like you have to protect your energy. Please do protect your energy during this Mercury retrograde, as all Mercury retrogrades, right? Have this way of doing things. So this is where you're going to find that I need to maintain some control within this situation. There it is, overcoming some obstacles. Yeah, definitely. You're going to have a lot of energy swirling around you. So you might definitely be feeling like, hey, you know what? Why does everybody want to argue with me? Okay, so absolutely. So you definitely want to ground yourself. Okay. And going straight into this Pisces. This Pisces is talking about, yeah, now when it starts moving into this Pisces, you can feel like, oh, okay, here comes that fog machine. Everything's my anxiety is rising. Clarity is now becoming confusion. There's that, like I said, blurring between, those, what's fact, what's fantasy, what's real, what's rose-colored glasses. You might even be getting that effect for some of you of where did I put my glasses? Oh my God, I lost my keys. Just literally the fog machine over here going off. So, okay, so yeah. And definitely feeling like there's a lot of emotions coming out as well. So also watch those emotions. People are going to be in high emotions anyways, but it just feels like over here everybody wants to argue. Everybody wants to, debate their opinion. It's my way, the highway, right? And then over here it's like over emotions coming through, which then causes all this confusion. And it's like, come on, Mercury's already making, enough confusion as it is. Now, instead of tempers flying, everybody wants to be sad, right? Confused, over emotional, sensitive. Why are you so sensitive? Right? Because now it's going to bring that all in as this sensitivity, as it is, making closure, as it's starting to end. Wow, I like that. It's saying now I'm ending. Now this cycle of the Mercury retrograde is ending. But it's also going to allow you to make endings as well. So that's where we're going to start right now and say, okay, so how is it going to affect you, my friends? Okay, Virgo, Libra, let's look and see what's going on with you. We're going to be using the little small round deck here called the Wild Harmonic Oracle, excuse me. Okay, this deck I usually use for personal face-to-face reading, so you don't really see these online. Okay, let's get in here and see. Wild Harmonic Oracle. It's also great for chakras. Okay, let's see. Dimensional of Celestial, Victorious Silence. Ooh, bringing in that Virgo energy. Love it. Okay, this card is talking about what can I make better in my life by leaving it alone. Peace, tranquility, silence, transparency, and letting go of the greater things for greater things to come in. I feel like it's like letting go of the greater. Those are the greater things that are not good for you. Those are the greater things that are challenging you, right? That's what it's saying. These things that are, that are so great that they put me at risk of not being able to receive things, holding on to things that, are so overwhelming, okay, that I'm having a hard time finding that stillness, finding that peace within myself. So you're actually making them greater than what the great really is, okay? So it's saying it's time to release these things, right? So you might even feel like you're having some kind of impulsive reaction towards this, right? So it's like, oh, I'm sick and tired of this. This has to go. Whether it's a person, place, thing, whatever it is, right? But it's starting to get to the point to where it becomes irritable. It makes you irritable. It's causing irritability. It's causing you to not be able to sit still. So now it's saying, okay, it's time to sit still so that we can get through these things. Let these things go. Don't make them the bigger picture of the whole puzzle. We need something that's greater than that. So how are we going to work and release that no longer serves, but yet wants to control the whole situation? It's kind of like a person. If you're with a person, they could also, they're repulsive. I just keep feeling this repulsive, not just impulsive, but repulsive, to the point to where they're like, ugh, I don't even want to look at you anymore, right? Because all of the things that you're doing within my life is just tearing everything down. And it's actually becoming repulsive. To that point to where it's like, I'm just going to stay over here in my hidey hole because I don't want to deal with you because you're making everything, you know, like it's this big major event, right? It's that's the thing that seems to be, life is it's kind of like it's revolving around all of this negative, and it's making it larger than life, right? If something so negative is taking over everything that could be so wonderful, it's time to release that so you allow the wonderful in. It says you have desires that you can go after, things that you know, yeah, thank you, things that you know that you truly want to take over this energy. Because this energy is to the point where it's such a challenge. Yep, getting past the obstacles and the challenges. So by stepping away from this situation, it will bring in the victorious. And you're going to find victory within your silence. That's what the card is saying. Within your silence, you can dig deep, look at everything around you and say, is this really it? Or is there something bigger, better? There is. Patience and planning. This is going to allow you that rest, that rejuvenation, that silence is going to allow you to plan for things that are better, things that have your back, things that are worth your time. Because obviously this is something that's been, overloading the system, overloading the emotions. The system is the emotions. It's the mental. It's the health. It's been weighing you down. But yet for some reason it's clinging on to you to the point to where it feels like there's no return. And now it's saying within this Mercury retrograde, as it wants to bring this even more to light, let's push it aside this way, right? Because, Mercury retrograde has this thing of wanting to bring, karmic up. It wants to bring in things that, are really weighing you down, bringing things back up to the surface so that you can get through it the right way, heal from it, walk away from what it truly needs to walk away. So that way you have the true ending here with the Death card. So it wants you to dig deep. It wants you to open up your heart to the things that you truly want, that truly make you happy, and saying, that's enough of that. I'm done. I'm done suffering in silence with this. I'm done. I need this new beginning. And it's going to allow you to push back on that. It's actually going to help you push back on that. And especially when you have this solar eclipse coming in, it's going to say, let's let go of this so we can have this new beginning. And I love it that it started on the lunar eclipse, because the lunar eclipse was the full moon that says it's time to let things go anyways. But because the energies can become so strong, a lot of people get lost in the energy and start losing hope instead of figuring out what the retrograde really means, especially with all the eclipses. It means it's time to dig deep within this situation, really look at what's going on, not foster to the energy and allow it to, to hold us down, not allow the emotions to take over, and not allow the negative to move through us and hold us tight. No, it's time to fight past it. Most people get it all wrong. And that's why they continue to keep doing the same thing every Mercury retrograde. That's why that ex keeps coming back. Because, it's because I didn't really throw it away. I allowed it to frustrate me. I got upset about the situation. I just blocked the situation, but I never really worked through the situation. And so I love this because it's showing these, these like eclipses. And I love that there's two here because we are going through two. And in the middle of the heart over here, the center of it all, shows this is what I really truly want. And this is where your passions are going to be ignited. So it's really telling you to use the wisdom within. This is the Hierophant card. It says be committed to what it is you truly want. Step away from this, which for some of you could be what feels like an ongoing nightmare, right? You have the Nine of Swords, nightmare. You have the Nine of Swords here, nightmare. Get out of that comfort zone. Do not allow it to just keep you where you are. Break free. You need to have a tower, take the tower. Bust out of that wall. Bust free. Because you have the Sun coming. So now is the time. And it's going to give you all these energies to help you push and push right away from that. Okay. Through silence is victory. It's very powerful. Very, very powerful. Okay, my friends, dig deep into the situation. You got this. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.